That an educational tour turned into a nightmare for 40 Indian school children who were stranded at the Paris airport after Air India flight to India was cancelled. The flight was cancelled due to technical glitches, but no alternative was provided by Air India. No arrangements either were made for these children to make their stay at the airport comfortable. They had to wait for their return flight at the airport, forcing these children to even sleep on the floor. What a nightmare for these young kids.
हमने बोला कि होटल तो प्रोवाइड कर दो, लेकिन फिर उन्होंने बोला कि होटल भी प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि ऑल ओवर द पेरिस सारे होटल खोलते हैं. बट देयर वर सम पीपल हु चेक्ड ऑनलाइन, देयर वर रूम्स अवेलेबल. तो वहाँ पे उन्होंने झूठ बोला और हमें वहाँ पे उन्होंने एक पतला सा ब्लैंकेट दिया था इतनी ठंड में, और उन्होंने ना पिलो दिया हमें.
फिर हमें एक थिन शीट दी सोने के लिए, वो भी फ्लोर पे ना हमें कुछ. और सबसे गंदी बात थी, जो बिजनेस क्लास थी उन लोगों को होटल के रूम्स मिल गए, इकोनॉमी क्लास को नहीं मिला कुछ. मतलब हम लोगों ने ऐसे लगा कि हम लोगों ने पैसे ही नहीं देते.
Just the breakfast that was not satisfactory at all, and then they were the whole night we were sitting on the seats, on the couches, and we were lying at the ground. We were trying to see, but we could. There's nothing provided, and that's really ridiculous.
We were not even given any accommodation. हमें airport पे lounge में रहने के लिए छोड़ दिया. The ones who were vegetarian, they were given tuna sandwich to eat. तो obviously जो veg है वो fish तो खाएंगे नहीं. And तो जिसके पास euros थे वो पैसे से वहाँ से खरीद से खा सकता था. जिसके पास नहीं थे, they were lending money from people.
Well, let's go across to our colleague Paulami Saha joining us with further details. Paulami, this is completely unacceptable on part of Air India. 40 of these young kids stranded at the airport in Paris were made to even sleep on the floor because of no accommodation being provided. Right, we'll try and connect with Paulami on the phone line in just a bit, but this is the shocking news that's coming in. Apathy being displayed at its best by the airlines Air India, where 40 of these young kids travelling on the economy class back from Paris to Delhi, they were after all on an educational tour, which turned into an ordeal, a nightmare for them as the flight got cancelled due to technical glitches, and the students were stranded at the airport for hours. As you can see on your screens on the picture, some of them even had to sleep on the floor while they waited for the other aircraft to bring them back home. Paulami, completely unacceptable as these kids were stranded, forced to sleep on the floors at the Paris airport. What explanations coming in from Air India?
Well, Air India is definitely denying the charges that they were in any way ill-treating the school kids. They said that money was provided to them for food, to purchase food, which is the norm, as well as the fact that, of course, they couldn't be put into hotels at that point of time because they were constantly making alternate arrangements in terms of flights that the passengers could be put on, including these school kids. So they had to be accommodated inside the airport itself, and whatever arrangements were available at the airport was what was there for the kids to use. And they're pointing to the fact that we are of course putting out pictures of, for instance, in one picture we're putting out the girl is sleeping on the floor, but the seat next to her is empty. So it's the choice that some of those kids actually chose to sleep on the floor. So basically, this is how Air
Okay,
India is
Paulami, in fact, we do have with us the principal of the school, Ms. Archana Sagar of the K.R. Mangalam School joining us. Paulami, request you to stay on. Ms. Archana Sagar, we are of course tracking the story of how this educational tour turned into a nightmare for these young kids as they were stranded at the Paris airport, where Air India in their defense today say that they had provided money to these kids so that they can go ahead and get some food to eat, etc. What really happened, ma'am? Can you share some more information with us with the kids?
Yeah, see, actually, I mean, initially we were being told that our flight is on time, and then every half an hour we were being informed that, the flight is going to take off, and this continued till 1 o'clock. And for that matter, in between, they just provided sandwiches instead of giving proper dinner. And then at 1:30 at night, they said that no, the flight will not take off now, and it's been cancelled. Now at 1:30 at night, they are telling us instead of providing the hotel to the children, they are telling that, that you can go and find your hotel and we can reimburse. Now taking 40 children out from the airport and then providing them the room, obviously it was not possible. And then they said, we have no other choice than rather than telling you guys to stay at the airport only. And obviously because the airport, the flight was full, all 300 passengers were there and there was no space on the airport. So children were being made to sleep on the floor because there was no accommodation over there.
Okay, Ms. Archana Sagar, for how many hours in totality were you stranded at the airport from the hour you got to know that your flight was actually cancelled?
I mean, We reached airport at 6 o'clock, and our flight next day morning, it started at around 3:30, 3:40. So almost you can say we were there at the airport for almost 20 hours.
You were there at the airport for almost 20 hours, stranded there, and you're telling us that the airlines did not come to give you any sort of help, because the airline says that they came forward, at least they were shelling out money as a norm.
No money was being given to anybody. In fact, there was no official from the airlines over there. In fact, we kept on asking that if we could meet any manager from Air India, because another thing was that the language was a barrier, because the ground staff over there at the Air India counter was French.
Okay.
And they always maintained this, that they have no information and the manager is going to come, but then nobody turned up.
Okay, a horrid affair there for these 40-odd kids. Appreciate you sharing with us your ordeal, Ms. Archana Sagar. And of course, Paulami Saab, thanks very much for bringing us those details on that story coming in from Paris. In some other news.